most of the time we live that way, we block it, we deny it, we push it aside. I can make it through the day, no problem, I feel really bad, I can make it. But the fact is that it's taking so much power from us. And then if we keep it that way, eventually it begins to affect us, psychologically and physically. So, you all make your list? Need more time? Need more paper? No, okay.
That's why we gave you a whole notebook, not just one sheet.
Yeah. Now, do you have paper? Here.
Yeah, thank you.
So when you write it down, and for this it's very good to use white paper and blue ink. Something to do with the brain. A lot more powerful. Just by writing it down, you get it out of your system. It's on paper. You write it as the first step of getting control of it. Now we're going to do the technique. We put our hands on this place that you all know already. And rotating clockwise. Clockwise is important because it activates the right side of the brain, which is the forgiving, the creative, the loving side of the brain. When we are very judgmental, very worried, this part of the brain is active. So we want to switch it to this, so that by doing this, we go right into this part of the brain. So we're going to say, I truly love and appreciate myself, even though I feel, and then you take the emotion that you wrote. Say it twice. Now, you have to say it enough that you hear yourself. You don't have to have, the fellows across the street hear it. But just enough that you said. So I would say, I truly love and appreciate myself, even though I feel. It's something to do with what you say and what you hear you say. Okay? So let's just go twice to each emotion, each one will be its own rest. And at the end, we will inhale, tense the whole body, and with double exhalation, okay? We'll do it 3 times and we'll stay there quiet. So let's just start. I truly love and appreciate myself. I truly love and appreciate myself. Whenever you're ready, yes. Inhale, hands, and exhale, double exhalation, relax. Whenever you're ready. At the end, you're going to just keep your eyes closed. Concentrate on the point between the eyebrows and enjoy that peaceful sensation, which is freedom from the negative charge of the lower frequencies to your brain. Whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. How do you feel? Anyone saw any lights or was it a tunnel or just felt peaceful?
Lighter.
Lighter. Yeah, exactly, yeah. You're like, you release it. It is something you can do every day as many times as you want. Even before you're going into a meeting. You go into a meeting and, there's a little tension there, or you're uncertain.
So I just wanted to share a bit about that because it's really interesting to me. I mean, when I met Eduardo, I was traveling and I didn't have a chance to do the method, and I got the genie right away because I had a session with him, and like I had like with Claudia had the same story, like it was a wow. But I came back and I wasn't doing this method, I wasn't doing it. And it's really interesting because then I said, you're home and you really should be doing this because you have all this. And then I realized that, this doesn't keep you there unless you clear out every day. And the truth is, like for my past, I had a lot of trauma in my life. And so, it's like every day as a healer, as a, person that works with people to, the same way I'm looking for it, I realized that, like, every day I would say, well, I'm choosing to have a happier life. Oh, I'm choosing to be happy today. I'm choosing to be whatever. But then I realized that, there were things like he's talking about that you're not conscious of that were like kind of going on. So once I took the time and actually sat in the morning and I just took that short moment just to say, I feel a little anxious, or I feel like this, or I feel like a little disappointed about this, or whatever that situation was. It was like it was like, that's the thing that I realized, which is the difference from the work all the other work, because the other work is like kind of like you want to be somewhere, and you consciously, you're going, yeah, I'm going for that, I'm going to say I'm a millionaire, I'm with this, I'm with that. And if it's not showing up, it's really because when you tap in, like on this thing has changed everything. It's just like getting there. It's like going, okay, fine. It's like so beautiful. It's such a fast way to disconnect from that. And then you walk down the street. You live in New York, okay? You live in, people are rude or whatever. It's just different. It's just different. Like in the past, I'd be walking down the street and have a conversation, and I really don't want to get into that. I don't want to do that. I want to stay where I'm at. I want to stay here. So people would say to me, and they go, oh, you look a little different. What's different about you? I just did the method. I just did the method every day. So like this keeps you there. But you gotta do the method because otherwise there's all these, you have life. Somebody calls you up on the phone yelling at you, or somebody's on the street and almost runs you over. You have feelings and stuff like that, so you have to really clear on all those levels. And so this practice is simple. But it makes everything else you do work.
Yes. Thank you, Harold. Thank you very much. Yeah, it is. It's simple. I've been doing it with my clients for 15 years. I've been doing it myself for 15 years. It's the most powerful tool. This simple little thing that will take you 30 seconds to do. You drive in the street, well, maybe you don't drive here in California. You drive and someone cuts in front of you, like, nah. That's, okay. Take a breath. Like, what am I feeling? Angry, abuse, whatever it is. I just go like this, it's gone. I'm back on my power. Otherwise, I keep broadcasting that feeling, and then that's going to just take my frequency lower and lower. So, yeah, simple. You can use the rest of your life. This is a gift for you, and it works. It works. It works. I mean, I've seen people that have phobias of altitudes. I was with this lady one time in Ecuador, and we were going through this cable thing across this huge canyon, and security is not as good as in some other places. So you go into this cart, and she says, "There's no way I'm getting into that thing. Impossible." And she says, "Come. Step here." What she was feeling that says, "Just do this. I truly love and actually, even though I'm afraid, even though I'm scared, even though I am terrified of this, breathe." Just like that. The impossible, I'll never do it to, well, I can do this. She's just disconnected that.
Some people have certain stubbornness.
What?
A certain stubbornness.
Yes.
They need more than just a touch and this.
Yeah, oh yeah, we're
What do you see? Yeah.
this is just one little part of the method, so we're going to see that, yeah. There's other techniques that depends on the person. Persons who are very mental, if who live in their minds a lot, all the time, and you know, maybe some here in New York that way, so they may not get to that point. There's just not, they can't connect to their feelings. So there's another technique, and I haven't really taught it before, but I'm gonna share something that I use with it. Simply have them write down what are their anxieties, what are they concerned about, what are they challenged at. They learned it. I'm challenged with this, I'm anxious about this, or I'm whatever it is, write them down. And then they can just go like this with their hands. I choose to release these. I choose to release anxiety, I choose to release this concern, I choose to release that. Then they can just sit there and breathe deeply, inhale deeply through the nose. So to the count of 6 or 10, hold it to the same count, and exhale to the same count. Out of the mouth, visualizing this light coming into the brain and releasing it. 6 times. 6 times, just they're moving energy now. And then after the 6th time, they can do exactly and relax. That will do it. For mental people, that works pretty good. This is faster, easier. It will get you deeper place. But if somebody can't get down here, then that will help. Okay, then we go to the next part, which will also take that. So doing this, it disconnects the lower frequencies that are hitting your brain. If you don't do anything, as Claudia said, it will come back to you. But, so what we're going to do the next thing is, and this is the key between this, which I've done it for years, and what I'm going to show you. We need to transmute that energy. That's yoga. So we're going to take that dissolved energy and transmute it into a very high frequency that you're going to broadcast from your brain. If you were vibrating at a 55 megahertz with anger, we're going to go to 200 megahertz with love, compassion, abundance, and powerfully broadcasted. So how do we do that? If I ask you, Laura, right, would you vibrate at forgiveness and forgive everything in your life right now? She's going to say, look like it. How do I do that? Mike, would you vibrate at prosperity and feel prosperous every part of your being? Sounds good, but how do you do that? You know, it's very difficult. Or would you vibrate unconditional love to all New Yorkers? It's going to be tough, right? Because with our minds, we can't get there. It's impossible. It's higher than our minds. So we're going to use a technique that I'm going to share with you. Now that you feel good, we're going to call it a manifesting recipe. We're going to use the law of attraction, the law of magnetism. In order to manifest something, what's the first thing you need to know? What do you want? Of course, what do you want? That's perfectly. After you know what you want, what else?
Be clear, I mean, be precise.
Yes?
Be clear, be precise, be like, I'm looking for a word, but no.
Be in the feeling of the...
Be in the feeling means if you want something, you have to
feel
hold
the
that
feeling.
intention, right?